U.S. stocks fell across the board Friday, with all three major indexes declining and the Nasdaq posting its biggest monthly drop since March 2025. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 521.28 points, or 1.05%, to 48,977.92. The S&P 500 declined 29.98 points, or 0.43%, to 6,378.88. The Nasdaq Composite dropped 210.17 points, or 0.92%, to 22,668.21. For the week, the Dow fell 1.31%, the S&P 500 lost 0.44%, and the Nasdaq declined 0.95%. In February, the Nasdaq plunged 3.38%, and the S&P 500 fell 0.87%, both marking their worst monthly decline since March 2025, while the Dow barely rose 0.17%. Nvidia plummeted for a second consecutive day, with a two-day market value loss of approximately $446.4 billion, sparking deep concerns about AI investment return cycles. Tech stocks broadly faced pressure Friday, with chip stocks leading declines. Nvidia plummeted over 4% for a second straight day, with a two-day cumulative drop of nearly 10%, as markets grew deeply concerned about return cycles for massive AI capital expenditures. Taiwan semiconductor ADR fell nearly 3%. Financials collapsed across the board, hit by an unexpected UK blow-up. Software stocks remained under pressure, with monthly losses exceeding 10%. Notable gainers included AI server maker Dell, which skyrocketed over 20%, on expectations that AI server revenue would double to approximately $50 billion this fiscal year. Fintech firm Block surged over 16% after announcing plans to cut headcount from over 10,000 to under 6,000 based on AI-driven productivity gains. Paramount soared over 20% on reaching an $110 billion acquisition deal with Warner Bros. Discovery. Chinese ADRs mostly declined Friday, with the Nasdaq Golden Dragon Index down nearly 1.8%. Cloud computing stock Kingsoft Cloud rose nearly 7%. Tuya Smart gained nearly 5%. ZTO Express added over 1%, and Pony AI rose nearly 1%. Decliners included solar stock Canadian Solar, which plunged over 11%, IKE off over 6%, 21 Vianet down over 5%, while NEO and Jinko Solar each fell over 4%. Alibaba declined nearly 3%, Pinduoduo dropped over 1%, JD.com fell over 1%, and Baidu lost nearly 1%. U.S. January PPI rose 3.5% year-over-year, below the expected 3.6%, with core PPI up 3.6%, below expectations of 3.7%. The U.S. 30-year mortgage rate fell below 6% for the first time since 2022. U.S.-Iran talks made significant progress, with both sides agreeing to continue technical consultations and Iran's foreign minister stating the talks achieved good progress. Trump reaffirmed his commitment to tariffs in Tuesday's State of the Union address and threatened to raise the global tariff rate from 10% to 15%. UBS has downgraded U.S. stocks to neutral, citing concerns that American equities will lag as growth accelerates elsewhere. Markets currently expect the Fed may cut rates twice in 2026, with the first possibly in June. For next week, key focus areas include Monday's February ISM Manufacturing Index, Wednesday's February ADP Employment Data and ISM Services Index, and Friday's February Non-Farm Payrolls Report. Technically, the Dow has broken below 49,000. The S&P 500 has pulled back to around 6,800, and the Nasdaq has fallen to 22,600. Nvidia's consecutive plunges have sparked concerns about an AI bubble, with chip stocks likely to remain under pressure in the near term. The Nasdaq and S&P 500 both posted their biggest monthly declines since March 2025 in February, showing tech stocks face adjustment pressure. Defensive positioning is advised, with focus on consumer staples and utilities, and caution on chasing tech stocks.